Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here of Sports Talk 365, coming to you today with the Saints discussion show, which is a part of the Sports Talk 365 network. And as we want to talk about the New Orleans Saints and the talk of the team giving away the form to select Joe Burrow at the first pick of the 2019, hold on, 2020 NFL draft. Many of you already know about, if you don't know, Joe Brady, the LSU's passing game coordinator, was a part of the Saints before he took the job at LSU. Now he's taking a job at Carolina as their offensive coordinator, and that's because of the great season that Joe Burrow had at LSU. That was the Saints offense that was ran at LSU. Is the same, concept of route running, the tight ends, running back catching passes out the backfield, wide receivers making big plays, throwing the ball deep down the field. A lot of short passes that turn into big plays. Just the whole 9 yard with that team. Um, it, these rumors are, starting to have wings now, starting to have legs now. It's growing now. The people has been it growed on started on Twitter, Saints message board, Saints report about the team giving up all those picks for Joe Burrow. Um, for right now, I'm just taking it with a grain of salt because I don't believe it would happen. It's just a lot of it's a lot of teams still in a Super Bowl window with the pieces they have right now, and if you trade away some of those pieces just to move up to get Joe Burrow, what is he gonna have to be successful since you're trading away draft picks, players, impact players they would have now. Because the Bengals are gonna want a king's ransom to even listen to the offer that the Saints would present to them. So I just think it won't happen. The Saints. Who I think the Saints should draft with that 24 pick. I'm gonna it'll be. I'll let y'all know short on when draft time come around. I have content on the Sports Talk 365 website explaining what the Saints need to do with that 24 pick. Um, I got the wide receiver in mind that they need to take, and that'll be released in a later date. There's a lot to go on, a lot of stuff to talk about. The off season is coming up with the Saints, and we're gonna hit it, head first with what the Saints should do. But I think Joe Burrow, it'll be a great pipe dream. It ain't hard to dream. It ain't, it's okay to dream, but I just don't see it happening. Um, Joe Burrow, would be great in the Saints uniform. Um, and he's saying people that want to see the Saints give up everything to get him. Don't be disappointed when the team is not performing to your standards in 2020 because he got a young quarterback and behind center. Now I believe that if this had to happen, I think the Saints would be a playoff team at best, but they won't go to the divisional round. It'd be a first round exit again. This is I mean, you're facing different type of defenses in the NFL. It's in college, man. And I don't care how much how much does Alabama resemble a pro style defense. This ain't they're not the NFL. They're not the teams of the NFC South. So the Saints, I mean, for me, I think they should stand pat right where they at right now. Draft a player, draft their quarterback. I still think they should draft a quarterback. They should draft a quarterback in the future, this year, in 2020, or either that or the most likely thing is going to happen is going to pick up a free agent. Um, two names that come to mind are Marcus Mariota and Case Keenum, one of those two quarterbacks. But the Saints should stand pat right where they at 24, unless something else comes up and he can move up in the draft and get a player that can help him out. But I see this team drafting a wide receiver at that 24 pick, followed by in the third round. I think they're gonna draft either a quarterback or a left guard to make up for that build some depth or on the possible loss of Andrews Pete. But the Saints are I still think that the window for Super Bowl is not closed, even though it's getting there. It's almost halfway open. I expect the teams in the NFC South to be better. Um, Carolina, I really don't know anything about them yet. But Matt Rule, even though he has Joe Brady, I still don't think he has to have the quarterback to make that system work. Now, well, if it's just me, if I'm Matt Rule, I would try to keep Cam Newton in the building, and have him work with Joe Brady, because I think that would be there'd be a playoff team and a problem for the Saints. But I'm not gonna stress out over the Panthers having Matt Rule, having Joe Brady as their OC. Atlanta's gonna be good as usual. Be another good season. Depends how they fix their defense in the draft. And Tampa Bay, I think Tampa Bay could be the big threat to the Saints next year. But who knows? But I think Joe Brady, it was as good as it sounds. I just don't think it'll happen. The Bengals, they'd be stupid to give up that pick. I hear people on Saints fans on social media saying, well, the Bengals they realize they need more than a quarterback. Of course, they need more than a quarterback, but it all starts with the quarterback position. That's your most important position on the field. After that is offensive line, and then you go after your pass rushers, your defensive guys, especially on the D line. Wide receivers is I think it's a position that you can freelance it with. It all depends on the quarterback you have. You can quarterback can make those guys better than what they are. But for the most part, man, I think the Saints should stand pat right here at the 24 pick. If they can move up and get a better pick in the draft, then do it. But for right now, I just think that this is stand pat and at 24. It's a nice pipe dream, but it won't happen, unfortunately. Not upset about it. He's a great kid. Great arm. I knew LSU was going to be contending for a national title after the game against Texas. The way he handled it, that was the offense I never seen out of LSU. After all my years of watching that team, I know that the changes it was coming. But Drew Brees will most likely be back next season on a 1 year, 2 year deal, 30-something $million. Just so be prepared for it. I'm not trying to put anything down or anything like that, but I think you give it one more shot with Drew Brees, and then if it doesn't work out next season, after 2020, you try to get him to retire. You move on and draft a quarterback. Hopefully, they have a guy in mind in this year's draft that they can pick, and so they can start learning the position, because Taysom Hill is around, but he's not, he's not learning the ins and outs of being a quarterback. He has a deep ball. He can do some things outside the pocket, but he's not growing as a quarterback because you have him doing all these other things. Being a running back, being a wide receiver, being a tight end, blocking, being on special teams, blocking punts. So I'm not really taking stock into what Sean Payne said, and I think it's during training camp about Taysom Hill being the next Steve Young. So he just talking. That's just talk from Sean Payne, man. I wouldn't take putting stock to that. But That's all I got for right now. This is the first episode of the Saints Discussion Show, which is part of the Sports Talk 365 network. We have a Facebook page that's dedicated to the New Orleans Saints. It's called Sports Talk 365 New Orleans Saints section. You just type it in your search bar on Facebook. You'll find it. That's all I got. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel. Subscribe to this podcast. Give us a like. Share your thoughts. Do you think the Saints should move up to draft Joe Burrow, or should they stay at 24? That's all I got for right now. Check out sportstalk365.com for latest content on the world of sports. Check out sportstalk365.com/Saints for the latest transactions that occur with the New Orleans Saints organization. Peace. Have a blessed day. I'm out.